Hey everyone, welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Banshee. It's my Material Matters segment, your monthly, or should I say, your weekly keys to success with business, finance, career, education, you name it. All the material matters that affect us. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm shuffling cards because I always do one card for the collective at the beginning. It's a collective thought. And this time I am using something called The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And it's only read upright because it's the Good Tarot. So let's see what kind of message that will have for us. And I'm just pulling it right from the top, and goodness, it is the King of Fire. What a nice card to get for Material Matters reading. All right, let's see. Oh, did I pass fire? Here we go. The King of Fire is about being a spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. When I am aligned with spirit, I am a powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them, directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling what they might aspire to be. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to new ideas? That would be the challenge. And, this is very interesting. It seems to me that it's indicating that maybe for some of us this week, leadership is going to be an important issue, or perhaps mentorship. And that could take on a lot of different things. So let's see what our cards will have for today. So basically today I'm using again the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. And remember, when I do the readings, they are by the elemental signs of the Zodiac. And also this reading is good for this week, from today, the 22nd. Oh, I'm sorry, it's the 23rd through the
30th.
The 30th, Mr. O, my producer. Thank you, Mr. O. Basically, also, the moon signs will be, the moon will be in Scorpio. It's going to be in there on Sunday through Saturday when it will enter Capricorn. So it goes from Scorpio to Sag to Capricorn. So I'm going to shuffle the cards, and our first reading is for our friends, the air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Let's see what we get. What is going on with the air signs? So our focus card, where you'll be putting your attention on this week, oh my, it's the Ace of Cups and it's reversed. So I have the feeling that the Ace of Cups is indicating that reversed, that, your emotions are what you're going to be focused on, and something that's upsetting them. It may be something new that's happened in the workplace, maybe some unexpected changes, as far as your plans for school goes. Maybe, career matters do not work out the way you wanted. It's kind of an unpleasantness that will leave you disappointed and kind of unhappy. I think the focus for the week is going to be balancing your emotions to try to get through whatever situation it is. How can you best prepare yourself for what you need to focus on in the week ahead? And we have the Devil, and it is reversed. So what you need to focus on this week is clearing out any of the bad habits that you might have that might be restricting you in some way. If you're a student, hey, it's after summer and after all the COVID craziness, it's time to get your rear in gear again and, put your nose to the grindstone and, keep people safe out there, because in order for schools to succeed, you have to do what you need to do to keep schools in session. So if you want in-class learning, take care of yourself and others so that there can be in-class learning. As far as other things go, if you've been slacking off on the job, if you've been maybe doing some things that have made you very unproductive, change that. If you are a gambler and gambling away your money instead of spending it, saving it or shopping it away, maybe this is a time to curb that a little bit. So think about the habits in your material life that you need to change, in order to be a better productive person and to make things go your way. Your air signs, your interactions with others in the week ahead. Well, despite the emotional difficulties that you might be facing here, it looks as though there are people there to support you. Maybe you need to talk to somebody who can settle you down a bit. If you're worried about what's happening with school, to talk about a counselor or an advisor. To maybe if you're talking about if it's about work, maybe you need to have a heart-to-heart with your boss if something is not going well. Maybe also, as far as your stocks or any financial concerns go, seek out the person who can set yourself at ease. And then finally, will there be gains or losses this week, forward or backward movement, or no movement at all? I have the Strength card. And air signs, that's pretty good. I kind of feel that through all of this, you will come out a lot stronger by week's end. That, things will kind of fall into place. Whatever was upsetting, whatever the focus is that's been upsetting, it seems like if it doesn't right itself, you're going to be able to handle it. You're going to be able to manage the situation because, hey, you have what it takes to do so. You have, I'll use a term I heard a wrestler use once years ago. You'll have the intestinal fortitude to get through whatever it is you need to get through. So all in all, air signs, not too bad. And now I'm going to move on to the group that I pay attention to the most, myself, the fire signs. Uh-oh. And I can't shuffle fire signs. Sorry, I can't read for us. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, that's Aries, of course, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what we've got cooking this week. Hey, and I want to remind everybody, I hope everybody is still listening, to check out Mr. O's Emotional Exchanges that comes out every Friday. And it'll tell you what's going on in the emotional realms for the week ahead. What we have for you fire signs. All right. Your focus, what you need to focus on in the week ahead. Okay, well, coming or going of a matter connected with maybe an enterprise, employment, something with the stock market maybe. It seems as though there's some negative news coming in about a job, maybe financial matters that are not turning out the way you expected. There's some setbacks. Maybe there's some delays. Maybe there's even a little bit of inertia. The knight is riding on his horse there, and the fire sign has a lot of energy, but that energy is upside down right now. So perhaps what you need to focus on this week is, and maybe that's it too, maybe it's not something that's going to happen this week. Maybe it has already happened, and you need to focus on how to right that energy. So let's see what we have. How can you best prepare yourself for what you need to focus on this week? Hey, I can relate to this one, fire signs. This is a Ten of Wands reversed, and you know what? It talks about alleviating burdens, trying to, maybe you've been trying too hard. Maybe you're micromanaging at work. Maybe you are doing too many things at one time. Multitasking, is only good in name only. Take my advice on that. So, maybe you need to slow it down. Maybe you need to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If things have gone wrong, maybe you need somebody who knows how to fix it for you. And do not be afraid to ask, because it looks as though something is going to happen, that could ease your burdens. But that's only if you prepare yourself and do the things you need to do to make that happen. So whether it's you doing some research, you reassessing what went wrong, or you talking it out with somebody else who can offer a hand, or just asking for help, that's what you need to do. Your interactions with others in the material world, will there be conflict or cooperation? Well, that's an interesting card. If you have not been getting cooperation with others, it looks like that may be about to change. It looks as though people, the wheel is up right here. You might actually have some good fortune in your interactions with others this week. So when I wrap this up a little bit, we can take a look at that in a little bit more detail. And finally, will there be gains or losses this week? Forward or backward movement, or no movement at all? I have great news for us, fire signs. I've got the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands upright indicates a victory of some sort. Financial things pay off. You're off to a stellar start with school, which I'm sure is beginning for some. Things turn around in the workplace. And so let's wrap this, because I think it'll make more sense in the rewrap. So it looks as though the focus this week on is maybe writing something that did not turn out the way you had planned. Whether it was maybe a job you were hoping on, you did not get. Whether it was something at work, a project you were working on that failed. Whether it's finances that didn't turn out. That's the focus for this week, is trying to figure out how to get that horse moving in the right direction again. And then basically, as far as it goes, how you can prepare for this focus, what best you need to do is seek out help or an advisor. Just help. Maybe you're doing too much. Maybe you're trying to handle too much on your own and you need a hand. Maybe you just need some advice or somebody who can point you in the right direction. And maybe you just need to run things by another person. This is what I did. What do you think I did wrong? What went wrong? What do I need to improve? And get some outside opinions. We all need that. And it can ease your burdens. Maybe you don't need to carry this yourself, fire signs. And then finally, as if to magnify that, will there be cooperation or conflict from others? I feel your connections with others this week will be very fortunate for you. Maybe you'll talk to the right person at the right time, or maybe you'll ask for help at the moment when you need it most. And that can turn things around to victory, doing a victory dance, fire signs. I like it. So that's what I have for you, fire signs. Looks like a pretty good week ahead. And now, let's move on to the water signs. The water signs are our friends Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And I sure wish I brought a glass of water because I am dry. Yes, and that was a hint from my producer to go get me one. All right, water signs. And it's funny, I would notice I am dry right after I did the fire signs and right before I get to the water signs. Chuckle. All right, water signs.
Camera.
Why, thank you. Oh, that was the pause that refreshes. Thank you, producer, Mr. O.
No problem.
All right. Your focus for the week ahead. It's the Queen of Cups, upright. Very watery indeed. And so your focus for the week ahead is, being the queen bee, being a nurturing soul, maybe being helpful to others who might need you this week on the job. This could be you putting those personal touches on projects and things that is necessary. Also, looking over your finances, maybe, with care and making sure that, you're taking care of all the little details. You rule this week. And, maintaining a balance when things may not be going well. So card 2 is how can you best prepare yourself for what you need this week? What do you need to know? And, this is the 4 of Pentacles reversed, and this is kind of an interesting thing. Maybe what it's saying is, sometimes you need to let go a little bit. You need to not be so stressed out. In this environment we're in right now with COVID and that, we're all holding pretty tight to our resources and to things. We're very scared. Maybe you need to live it up a little bit this week. Maybe you need to let loose. Buy something for yourself, or maybe make a little investment in something. Just spend a little bit, and just let yourself feel a little bit more comfortable and relaxed, as opposed to being really tight, like I can't do a thing right now, and holding everything so close as if your life depended on it. I don't think that's necessary, at least not yet. So let's see what's going on here with the 3rd card. Your interactions with others in the material world, will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, I kind of feel maybe a little bit of both. Maybe there's some conflict, only in that people might question some of the decisions that you're making, or, you may throw some ideas out there and it will spark debate, and you're going to have to defend yourself. You're going to be defending your position a little bit on why you want to do something. Like maybe you want to sell property, or maybe you want to make an investment somewhere, and other people that may be involved say, why? And will this really be good? And how does this help us? And so you're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to stand your ground and defend, your position and what your ideas or, moves are. Will there be gains or losses this week? Forward or backward movement, or no movement at all? Well, I would say there's some movement. It depends though. Depends. I think what it basically is saying is that there is going to be major transformation. Major transformation in this month, in this week ahead. The Death card is upright. And so you have to worry about change. You have to worry about growth. And when I say that, I don't mean worry, but your thoughts are there. The change happens, and remember, change happens all the time. Without change, there can't be any growth. Without transformation, there can't be any movement or growth. So I'm going to recap this because I think it will make more sense. And sorry, I got a little fuzzy with you here, water signs. So I'll try to be focused on this a little better. So the Queen of Cups is basically, you're going to be really in command of things this week. Your focus is trying to maintain an emotional balance throughout this time, and also could kind of, nurture your projects and plans and your ideas. Help them grow. Give them the push they need. And I think here with how you can prepare yourself for that focus is, if you need to let loose a little bit of your resources and money or whatever it takes to make that happen, then maybe you need to make that happen. And whether people cooperate with you or not this week ahead will depend on how well you sell your ideas and your thoughts to them. You have to come out and really defend your position. It's not that people are going to be really battling with you, but they're going to want answers, and you just better be ready to defend yourself. And what comes out of the whole thing, will there be gains or losses? There will be major transformation. I believe it's for the better. Change and growth are essential, to progress. So embrace it. That's what I have to say to you, water signs. Embrace the change. And that's what I have for you this week. Good luck with your week ahead. And earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is for you. So let's see what we have for the earth signs in the week ahead. I'm going to give it a good shuffle. All right, earth signs. The focus for you this week ahead is the Queen of Swords reversed. And I think when we talk about the Queen of Swords reversed, we have to think in terms of, are the decisions that you are making really the right ones for you? And also, do they take others into account? For example, if you are a manager, if you are a leader over people this week, and I do know one of, our card from the Good Tarot indicated things about leadership this week, and I hadn't brought it up in the other readings, but I'll bring it up here with this Queen of Swords. Are the decisions that you are making for others really in their best interests? And are you being objective when you make these decisions? It's going to be crucial that this week that you get all the facts, that you analyze things well, because there is a potential that you could make a slip up that might cost you. So let's see how you can better prepare for that in the week ahead. Whoa! Sadly, I have the Tower card for you. And it's really ironic I get this. This isn't a reading for me, but I've had my share of Tower moments in recent times. So I will say to you, do not be totally afraid of the Tower in this case. And this is how you prepare. So in other words, I think you prepare for the worst. and then when it doesn't happen, all will be well. So also what this also tells me is that how you can prepare for this is think about, the things that may have gone wrong or have not come out right and what you did to make them right, what you learned from those experiences. So take some of the knowledge that you have learned from mistakes you have made in the past, maybe mistakes in regards to how you have made your decisions in order to not make those same mistakes again. So that's how I would interpret that in this particular position. Card number 3, your interactions with others in the material world. Will there be conflict or cooperation? And I have the 4 of Cups, and it is reversed. So the 4 of Cups is basically telling me that, in its reversed position, that, this is a period where, things will start to move and happen. Your relationships with people will get things moving. In other words, maybe some projects really and plans that you had really depended on other people's actions. For example, you needed people to sign a paper or get paperwork to you or get information to you that you needed. I think that movement will occur. People will give you what you need to get moving. So things will keep rolling. And will there be gains or losses this week, or forward or backward movement? Well, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and it is reversed. So I'm going to say there might be, there's some steps forward. There is some movement, but there is some movement backwards as well. I think the 3 of Pentacles reversed is saying to me that maybe you could have done a little better this week. Maybe when you reassess everything, you realize that, I could have thought this out more. I could have worked harder. I could have put myself more into this situation. I could have put myself in other people's shoes so I could make the appropriate decisions. I think ultimately in the end, maybe some of the decisions that you make are going to come back to haunt you a little bit. So just keep that in mind. It's not totally an upbeat week for you. The only way I think you might be able to mitigate this is to try to work through it. Try to work through it as best you can and keep other people's interests at heart. not just your own. I think that's what I have for you, Earth signs. I guess did I really go over this? Let me go over this briefly again. Guard the decisions that you make. Make sure you're keeping everybody in mind when you do it. The potential, how you have to prepare for this is by maybe looking at mistakes you've made in the past. Have I only been thinking of myself in the past and my needs when I've made these decisions? If so, don't repeat that, because failure looms. Consider that others might be holding you up and that's going to change. Now movement is coming towards you. They're going to give you the papers you need. They're going to sign agreements that you needed signed. They're going to be willing to cooperate with you to move forward, do the work for you. But ultimately, perhaps because you are not putting your best foot forward, things might take a couple steps back for you this week. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. I hope that made it a little clearer so we can be sure about that. And if you enjoyed this reading, you will definitely enjoy Oberon's emotional exchanges every Friday at 10 a.m. The video will come out. So find out what's happening in your relationship realm. And do join us for our live streams twice weekly. Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. both Eastern Standard Time. And this is Banshee from Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee, signing off for now. Take care.